Today on All Out Brick, we're going to be taking a look at the Bionicle set Keetongu. We're going to build it, review it, and then give out a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. Welcome to another Matanui Monday. As always, the best way to tag along with us every week is to subscribe and turn on notifications. This week, we're going to be building set 8755, Keetongu, who happens to be our first Titan set of the 2005 line of Bionicle. Keetongu is the very last of his Rahi species, which has a very extensive knowledge of poisons and their antidotes. Clearly, we can see how he fits into the 2005 storyline. The Toa Hordika seek his presence as a means of healing them from the Visorak's venom before they are forever Toa Hordika. Beyond that, Keetongu is also a formidable ally in their quest to save Metru Nui from the Visorak. Taking a look at the packaging, on the front of the box we have a very large image of Keetongu in an action stance. It looks like he's kind of hopping through a window here, and in the background we see different webs covering Metru Nui. At the bottom here we have ages 8+, set number 8755. In the middle we have a big Keetongu label, and in the bottom right there's an image of the Rotuka spinner function. On the left side of the box there's a nice web design and an image of all three of the Titan sets from 2005. On the top of the box, we have an advertisement for Bionicle 2, The Legends of Metru Nui. I find this a bit odd because at this point I feel like we should be advertising for Bionicle 3, Web of Shadows, because that's the 2005's movie. And on the back of the box there's a ton to dissect here. We have different images of Keetongu performing his various functions, and at the bottom here we have two different Titan combination models that Keetongu can be put into. Of course there's several of them for this 2005 line of Bionicle. These are just two of them though. I bought this set in used condition, but in new condition you would receive 3 numbered bags, the instructions, and advertisement material from 2005. A lot of you have been trying to hype up Keetongu this entire time, so I hope we don't fall into a hype trap here, but let's go ahead and finally build this big guy. After 25 minutes, I've completed the Keetongu build. It was a really fun build. Ton of different techniques going all over the place, and of course we got these bright colors. Keetongu himself, the design, I love it. These bright colors really pop out, and I'm not sure we've gotten this bright light orange color in Bionicle before, so to get it in Keetongu, it really makes him stand out, especially in terms of his lore being this last of a Rahi kind. I think really suits it well, and genuinely he looks like nothing I've ever seen before or would have even thought of for Bionicle for that matter. This color design also extends to the Rotuka spinner, which is in a bold red color. Of course, this spinner is special because Keetongu has this art of healing poison, so it makes sense to me that we get this exclusive spinner color in red, and yeah, makes sense. I wish we got 2 though. It feels like we were getting 2 Rotuka spinners with all the other sets, and to only get 1 in Keetongu, like, okay, like, it's whatever, but would have been nice to get 2. The function that launches the Rotuka spinner for Keetongu is pretty dang cool. It's actually kind of locked up, and what you have to do is flip these red levers forward, and then the torso of Keetongu flips down, his chest pops out, and you're just going to grab the ripcord off the back of Keetongu, stick it into place, and then when you pull the ripcord, the disc will launch. It's really cool that it has this like several steps to get there. It almost makes it feel like Keetongu's like more powerful with his Rotuka spinners, and of course he is. So I like that they added a couple extra things just to get that thing to launch, and it wasn't just like a simple like either bend the foot or it just goes right off. Like it's like, oh, you almost have to do something to have Keetongu perform his powers. I think that's pretty cool. The other main play function with Keetongu, really a big fan of too, it's his shield on his right arm. If you twist this black Technic axle that extends through Keetongu's right forearm, the shield will spin. And correct me if I'm wrong, and I think this is the first time we've gotten the dynamic shield in Bionicle. It's really a good change up. He almost feels like he's a Jedi when he's spinning this thing around. He can go super fast, and thanks to angular momentum and rotational kinematics, this thing will open and close with the bow rock pieces on the ends of it. There's just a ton to love with this shield here. They really shook it up. They definitely could have just slapped those pieces on, not made it dynamic, but making it dynamic just adds so much to Keetongu, and I feel like they knocked that out of the park. Great decision, designers. As always now, the articulation is pretty top notch with Keetongu. We've got articulation everywhere. We've got the shoulders, the wrists, and then, you got the hips, knees, and ankles, all that. The head can articulate a little bit. The eye is very well designed. I love the head design on Keetongu. However, it's a little restrictive in its articulation because you can move the eye around like all over the place, but you can't move this like bow rock piece that sits on top of it. You can't really move that around because it's just locked in by a Technic pin axle. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world that you can't do that, but you can still move the eye back and forth, and that's enough for me. There's a lot to love about Keetongu, but he's got a couple small issues. A lot of these issues, though, aren't necessarily with like the set design. The first of which is kind of a recurring theme here of these 2004, 2005 now Titans, is that these rubberized joints they don't age well. Thanks to this, I now have linguini legs on my Keetongu. They kind of just flop around all over the place, and it's really difficult just to get them to even stand up because of how they age. There's absolutely no friction, and he pretty much just collapses down to the floor. The arms are the other like kind of weak point for me. The shield, fantastic. I absolutely love the dynamic shield. But the upper arms, then this left arm, we just got like one spike. I feel like they could be a little bit better. I'm waiting to see in Bionicle one of these Titan sets really push the boundaries in terms of the arm design. We've gotten some great leg design over the last couple Titan sets. However, I'd like to see that extend over to the upper arms and give us some really good designs up there, and you got a really happy customer right here. But like I said, the cons are pretty minor ones and nothing to really hold against Keetongu. The only thing you really want to remember here is that you're gonna have to pay for brand new condition if you don't want to have those joint problems and then get linguini legs like I have on my Keetongu. Overall, Keetongu is a really great Titan model. I think it kind of met my expectations. Like, you guys really hyped him up in previous Motunui Monday comment sections about, can't wait for Keetongu, and I think he kind of lived up to my expectations that I had for him. I think if there's one other problem I had with it, it's that Keetongu kind of feels like you could slap him into that 2004 line of the Titans, and aside from the Rotuka spinner, we didn't get a whole lot new here other than the color. Like, I almost wish we progressed a little bit more with the Titans, like maybe some new pieces and some other stuff in there. Like, it genuinely, other than the Rotuka spinner, feels like you could have put it into the 2004 line and no one would have batted an eye. So I think that could have been improved too. If you're looking to get Keetongu, it kind of depends on what you want to go with for price. In used condition, you can expect to pay around $35 US for Keetongu. However, like I said, you might end up with some bad joints, and that's going to really affect the posability. I can barely stand mine up, and that's because it's in used condition. If you want to get new sealed condition, and that's going to completely prevent your leg problems, it's generally around like $100 US right now, which I guess isn't awful for a Bionicle Titan set. Like, we've seen way higher than $100. Then again, that's still $100 just for one set. However, I think you could probably say like Keetongu's in that range of like, yeah, I could reason spending $100 to get him brand new sealed. Like, I feel like that is a reasonable price for him, and if you're looking to get a really great Keetongu, just go brand new if you ask me. In terms of a score, I'm going to give Keetongu an 8.3. I highly recommend this set. If you need something, you need some Titans, or you're looking for some new bold colors, Keetongu is going to absolutely fit that. He's got some incredible play functions. The issues are very minor, and I guess they're not like super big issues. They're just like things looking forward of like, okay, like let's do this a little bit better. Like, other than those rubberized joints, which there's really not a whole lot of ways to get around that. I hope they phase those out. I'm not sure if they do phase them out in future lines of Bionicle, but fingers crossed. If you're looking for a Keetongu, you're not going to be disappointed at all. So I do recommend it. 8.3, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to be the first to see all of our future content. Also, be sure to check us out on our website and on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Until next time, stay bricking.